I decided since we're coming up on the end, I want to end it if I can. I don't know how much squishier it's going to make me. It might make it too hard, but if I can, without my helmet on. Because, gosh, we've gotten way too long in this game without seeing this handsome head of hair. The back looks kind of shitty, but, you know.
Bearer of the curtain until up.
Let's get our last level up, maybe? Dexterity? Sure. Into the throne room. Once again. What was the bonfire? This one? I think. Oh, and we I've got 74, man. I could have been using these the whole fucking game. I could have almost used these every time I died. Okay, I probably died more than 74 times, but you know what I mean. Like, I probably, I hate consumables in games. I'm so bad about using them, and I wish I used them more, but like, look how many there are. And like, you only get 4, 3, 4, 4. Like, if I used them all willy-nilly, they'd be gone and wasted. But they're wasted sitting in here. I don't know how to, I don't know how to use consumables. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And you know, if we're going into the last battle, might as well use radiant life gems. I mean, really, might as well use these, but I'm still too stingy for that. You know what? I'm gonna even use. Let's rest first. Full HP. And then gonna switch this ring for. Oh, I've got 2 rings I could switch out. I could put in. What would be the best rings? I don't know what damage type. Physical is always useful. We could go life regen. We could go. This one has low durability. It could break. Let's do it though. And oh, let's put in our fucking this shit that I have 18 of. Oh, I have more HP now, so. Okay, now we go. Oh, wait. Forgot. We need the king's ring. I missed that face. I missed that face. I've got the key now. You don't think those 2 bosses we killed already are gonna be there again, do you? I feel like they shouldn't be. Dang, look at that buff bar. All those green arrows, red arrow, yellow arrow. I don't think I have that many. Oh, it's from this ring, because it gives so many effects. Which ring did I take off for? I can't remember already. I think it was steel protection. Oh, Oh, we've got 2 names now. Okay, we've got Ben Hart, right? Yeah. Who's this? Vengarl, but only his head. Wait, that doesn't look like just his head. It's not just his head. Okay, I eat the mushroom. Use the charcoal. And I got rid of my life gems for some reason. Oh well. Oh shit. Who is this?
Grave undead. You have proven yourself to me. Now, be one with the dark.
Who is that? Is that the queen? Oh. I'm getting cursed. Oh, it's draining my humanity. She doesn't take damage. I don't know what's happening. I have no clue what she does to you. Or like what's inflicting the... Do I have a curse resistance ring? Oh, well, I have to use that. I look like shit now. I gotta keep looking stylish. We won't have summons this time, but I need to figure out what's happening first. Like, I went in there with a lot more confidence than I really ought to. That went poorly. And we got a long run. I wonder what happens if you I don't know. If you didn't kill the 2 before, the you know, kill the 2 that were here earlier that I already dealt with. Okay. I could be wrong, but I think you were supposed to attack the little things she spawns. Let's try attacking them. Well, I'm cursed. That didn't work. That seemed to have worked. How come only half my attacks are hitting her? Everything about her is curse. That's not good. She is not easy. Holy fuck. I feel like I have the right strategy. Am I ready to do bring in the summons again, maybe? Fuck, I have 70. I could do every run with summons. And then I free up two ring slots. Like, why am I doing this? Just do it every time. Just do it every time. There's no reason not to. Right? Am I thinking about this wrong? I won't use a shroom. You know, that's fine. I'll leave that out. That's much more limited. Although, fuck, the curse, like, removes my humanity so soon that maybe it is worth just, like, keeping this on for when that happens during the fight. I mean, sure, there's a world where I don't get cursed, but that makes sense why curse in the past, I was like, oh, it doesn't do anything to me. Cursing doesn't even hurt. Well, that's because I was playing the game so long with no humanity. Doesn't do anything when you have no humanity. Yeah, let's do it again. Oh, we gotta sit down. That's gonna lose all my souls, but, you know, whatever. So, I'm gonna summon the boys, and then I attack the clouds of curse while they hit her. And hopefully that works. That's the plan. I mean, really, you only have to hit them at the beginning, right? So, we'll see. I should start skipping this run if it takes multiple more times for you guys. I'll remember next time if I die. It's a long run. It's like a good 30 seconds or more of nothing. Y'all ready? Summon. Do your shit. Yep, see, I'm cursed already. Yep, it'll happen. Oh, she's locked onto me. I need to not die. No! Fuck! 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 Damn it! Ugh. I feel so bad going through these humanities. It's making me so much more mad than but damn. I'm not missing that much HP. Oh, I'm skipping it. All right, I'm gonna apply the resin. I have to remember, if I back away to heal, wait for laser. Wait for laser first. I need to get this cloud. Heal. We're getting her down there. Halfway. I didn't even know that's what she was gonna do. I was just naturally backing up. Oh, I've got to take these out. I'm coming, y'all. Come on, we're close. She's gonna laser me? No. Oh, she's dead. Woo! Woo! Okay, this happened last time. Wait, we gotta be human for this too. That's the picture. Yeah, right there. That's the picture. Is this like a Dark Souls 1 thing where you can walk away? No. What was that sound? I don't have a choice.
You who link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne.
What? I don't have a choice?
What lies ahead, only you can see.
What? I don't get a choice? I tried to leave the arena like Dark Souls 1. Somehow I always just walk into the default ending. God damn it. I tried to get like an option, you know, different ending. I fucked it up somehow. That's the end. There's a decent chance that this music at the end is copyrighted. It happens all the time. So I'm gonna save my talking about the game for after the credits. And that's the end. But I gotta say, even though I skipped it for you guys because I was afraid of copyright, I highly recommend looking up the music for the credits of this game. Because, damn, it's fucking good. I suppose we can...
Bearer of the curse, until hope.
You have nothing else to say? I just beat the game. I did everything you asked. And you act like nothing's
For
new.
when the undead, not
That's a little bit disappointing. But, let's, go to the main menu to talk about the game. So, Dark Souls 2. I still haven't read up on any of the controversy behind the game. So I can't really say if I agree or disagree with the points that people make when they complain or support this game. But overall, I definitely enjoyed it a lot. And I had heard it would be a harder one. And sure, yeah, I mean, if you watch the series, you know there were moments that got me pissed the fuck off. But overall, I feel like there were like almost half the bosses I beat first try. A lot of like 75% I probably beat second or third try. So I feel like I did pretty well. And most of the zones were fine. There were some, you know, the DLC ones we went into. That's why, like I said at the beginning, like, oh, I want to try everything in the game and all the DLC parts. After we went through those first, you know, did that one, I know there's other DLCs, but after that one, I was like, nah. It's clear when they made the DLCs, they were doing something different than when they made the actual game. It was not nearly the same balance, and it was no longer fun to me. So I decided I'm not doing DLCs. But that being said, I'm going to treat the DLCs as a separate thing. I'm going to just treat the base game like it's the game. Which, to be fair, this is the Scholar of the First Sin edition. I did notice while reading through a couple of the people talking about zones and things like that is that the game was different before. This changed more than just like remastering textures. This changed the balance of some zones. It nerfed some zones. It buffed some zones in terms of how enemies aggro, how many enemies, and things like that. So I can't really say anything about how the game used to be versus how it is now. This is obviously the only time I've played the game. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I play other games. I play other games with other people. And for the last week or so, they've been saying, "Hey, when are you going to get on to play such and such?" I'm like, oh, sorry. I've literally been just playing this game nonstop. It's really been fun to me, even with how much frustration it's given at times. But I don't know. The gameplay is so satisfying to me, and I feel like I'm not utter shit at it, like I did feel in the first Dark Souls game. I felt really bad at it, but nothing until the DLCs in this game really made me feel like, oh my god, I can't beat this. The hardest bosses that stand out in my mind were the chariot. That was a hard boss, until I figure out how to kind of cheese it. The run to it was also hard. I mean, it wasn't hard as long as you pull one at a time, but it's tedious. And it had the dude in front of it that was also really hard. He was almost a boss in itself. And I'd also say, maybe I'm forgetting some harder ones, but I feel like I had a bit of a hard time with the smelter demon until I really figured out that one and equipped it. I had to re-gear my whole character. I didn't really do much re-gearing because I have a hard time re-gearing in a game like this because consumables. I am so bad with consumables, but I don't think this part is exactly my fault. Is you don't get too many of the Titanite things. You don't get that many. And so the idea of like using different pieces of gear, they're so much worse if you don't upgrade them. Like if you have an upgraded piece and a non-upgraded piece, but it has a better resistance stat for something you're looking at, it's still probably not as good as the upgraded piece. Not even though it's supposed to specialize in that one thing, just because you've upgraded one, it's just basically always better than the other option. So it makes it really hard to be like, oh, I should equip poison stuff in this poison area. Oh, but to really make it decent, I'd have to upgrade it. And well, I don't have that many. If I did that, if I tried to do that every time that situation came up, I would have no stones. I wouldn't be able to. And so it's just, it doesn't feel like it's balanced around doing that. But it feels like that is what you're supposed to do. So that just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not saying they should flood it with Titanite, but at a certain point, I don't know. It just feels too hard to get them, even though you're so far into the game. I'm not talking like throw Titanite slabs and twinkling Titanite. I'm saying like the little ones, like large Titanite chunk, or large Titanite shard. That's the one I was thinking of. But they feel rare. It's so strange. And part of that, maybe I was supposed to talk to the lady that sells the rocks earlier. I felt like I met her like halfway through the game and fucked up and didn't finish her dialogue until like 3/4 through the game. So I get like there was the possibility for me to do that, but I'd have to research it and spoil the game for myself to make sure I get that. I don't like that. So there were definitely systems in this game that I think could be better. I know they don't like the idea of a centralized shop, but like the number of different vendors and how hard it is to get to them, and there's some items that just feel like they're kind of essential that are in vendors that are hard to find, and it like makes it so awkward and tedious to like, oh, I've got to get my souls, and then I've got a decent amount of souls. I need to go to this vendor and buy some of these, and oh, it turns out they only have limited stock. It's so annoying. And I get like the Melentia or whatever her name is. she sells human effigies. She only sells 5, but she sells them at 1,500. And then you meet somebody way, way, way later in the game that sells them without a stock limit, but at like 3,500 or maybe even 5,000. I can kind of understand that. That makes some sense because, cheaper for limited stock. But some of these, there just wasn't there was limited stock and that was it, it felt like. I can't name any off the top of my head. I'm sure I could say something in this way. Oh, but if you talk to blah, 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 and then did this and that and this, they would actually, then so-and-so would actually sell you those for no stock. It's like, see, that's what I mean. I wouldn't know to do all those things. You probably wouldn't know to do all those things until your third, like, New Game Plus, and, like, you've looked up all the wiki, you've looked up what items, what weapons are best for what build, and, sure, but as a blind playthrough, it really does take away a bit, I have to say. And I'm a big blind playthrough person. I don't like playing things twice. So for me, that first time in really counts for 90% of the game for me. And 10% I can look at and like, okay, yeah, that makes sense if you were to replay it. I'll give some points to it, but really, nah. But again, like I said, I've loved this game. Would I say it's better than Dark Souls 1? Dude, those memories at the end were so sick that they kind of give it an edge for me personally, because it really puts that layer of lore. Like I was saying when that happened, I know Dark Souls games don't like to slap lore in your face. That's not what they're supposed to do. But man, I kind of like it. It was really sick. Literally seeing the history of the place that everybody's been talking about throughout the game. Stuff like that is so cool, I think. If you didn't enjoy that part, let me know. Let me know why you didn't. Why that's something that you think took away from the game. Because for me, that was a huge addition where it's just like, I'm seeing the battle of the giants. This is what led to all of this. It's so cool. But no, I didn't hate the game like I've heard some people do. There was the system of like, oh, when you become hollowed, you lose like half your HP gets reserved. But there was a ring that I got really early on that takes away that effect for the most part. I mean, I had like 15% of my life not there for most of the game, sure. But I kind of leveled up my vitality enough that I feel like it was fine. So it wasn't a big issue. It didn't feel like once I had that ring, and that ring I got pretty early on. Like I'd say really early on. First quarter of the game. And so that wasn't too bad actually, even though I felt like at first I was really going to hate that mechanic because I was like, oh, you lose HP. What the fuck? So you die because it's hard, and then you also lose HP, making it even harder. Huh? That doesn't make too much sense. But you've got 4 ring slots. That's really not too bad. You can play around it. And the humanity system changing? I don't know. I don't really have a preference there. I thought the old humanity system was fine. I thought the new humanity system was also fine. They're just different. Oh my god, though. Illusory walls? Can we have some kind of tutorial? We have the tutorials at the beginning. Put an illusory wall in one so new people know there's illusory walls. And so for people like me who hate functions that use different buttons between games, can know which button it uses. Because I swear, in Dark Souls 1, I would attack an illusory wall and it would show. But in this game, I had to push interact for the illusory wall to go. Attacking would not work. And I didn't know that until like so far later. So far later. uh that is frustrating to me, where it's just like you changed the button and didn't say anything. Come on. Like, come on. And with something like that, there's no good way to know that it's not working, because so many people put the thing on the ground that says illusory wall on the head, and there's no actual wall there. But in a lot of these cases, there were walls there. But I thought they were lying still because I was pushing the wrong button. But I think I've been talking long enough. I did look up I like playing games in release order. I know I kind of already fucked that up, because didn't Demon's Souls, is it Demon's Souls, came out before Dark Souls 1 even came out, I think. But I'm just gonna ignore that kind of existed for time being. And Bloodborne actually came out between Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. So next, I'm actually gonna play Bloodborne, I think. So that should be coming up just tomorrow, probably. So if you're wanting to see more Souls-like action, because obviously that's Bloodborne, it's still from Software, but it's not Dark Souls. Yeah, check out that video when it's here. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.